the view that they would have had over the water, yeah? See those ships coming in.
Wow. Day 3. Cape Town, South Africa. Dear Journal, all I can say is that I got a huge entry for you, so let's just jump right into it. The first place we visited was one little particular area in town known as Bo-Kaap, where the buildings on the street come in a vast array of colors, and no two are the same. It was the most chromatic row of buildings I've ever seen. Here we took a walk around the block to check out some of the local marketplaces, as well as try out some interesting food.
When I say spicy, not like hot, you know, not like
a lot of
boiling hot.
seasoning.
A lot of seasoning, yeah. So if you're having a traditional South African curry or something like that, it's not necessarily going to be hot, it's really good.
Oh, you guys can have it.
It's like a donut, I promise.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Grab right there. There you go.
All right.
It is. It's like a donut.
Oh, cinnamon.
Yes.
That was good. Here we are at a spice shop. Nearby was a small little shop known as Atlas that sold traditional spices, of which I was surprised to learn how many kinds there were. Very traditional. So this is basically one of the reasons why this whole city came to be was because of the spice trade, as well as various other things. Wow. And all the buildings are different colors because...
It's just a cultural thing, you know? Like it's like if you go to the Caribbean and areas where there's a lot of Indians, the West Indies, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Wow.
It's a cultural thing, and now it's become like a tradition, you know?
That's really...
So a lot of these houses actually would have family history. They still live here. Like, it's still their family that lives in these same houses.
Oh, like the same lineage.
Back centuries, yeah.
Wow. It's a lot more nice to look at than the dull...
Yeah, it's got, and you can see the old architecture as well, you know? So
yeah, like...
really old.
I like the crown molding each building has. I mean, yeah, the roadways and sidewalks may be a bit more condensed, but it gives it like a more cozy feeling, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, she's got the blue one.
I think I'm leaning more towards like turquoise-ish, isn't it? I like these flags as well. What kind of flag?
So this was it was Ramadan. It's Ramadan at the moment.
Oh.
So the fasting, you know, the Muslims.
Yeah. It's now actually starting to clear out a little bit. Alright, so look to the right when we turn here.
See this bridge here?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh wow. Where's the rest of it? What is it in?
So when they were building the original highway system through the city, the engineers obviously made a huge calculation error.
Yeah.
You know how when they're building like a highway and when it comes to a bridge, they'll build it from both ends, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that obviously the calculations didn't add up and it was never going to meet. So it just ended right there.
That is crazy. Making our way around the mountains, we passed through some scenic and very expensive looking neighborhoods where the houses cost in the millions to own. They all seemed to be constructed near really beautiful beaches. Other areas were just really steep mountainous terrain with spectacular views around every curve. Eventually, we made it to the little port town of Kalk Bay, where seals, dogs, merchants, and a whole lot of boats were seen. This is where we boarded a vessel named the Naughty Cat to voyage over to Seal Island, where many Cape fur seals normally congregate. What we didn't realize was how large the swells would actually be on the way out there. It was quite a ride.
Really rough seas right now.
Yes.
Not as rough as you said it could possibly be, right?
Okay.
It could be a lot worse. Right?
Yes. I can see you guys, a group of guys exploring, eh?
Yes.
We are enjoying every second of it.
Yes, we are.
I wish you guys were gonna go to America again.
Once at Seal Island, it was exactly what I was hoping to see. A whole lot of seals lying on top of one another on large rock outcroppings. Some were swimming, most were sleeping, but it was really awesome to see Africa's only native seal species in its natural environment. Gulls were also present with them on the rocks, and at times would start quarrels with certain individuals for no apparent reason, unless they were just looking for leftover fish that one seal happened to be lying on. I guess the rocks just ain't big enough for both seals and gulls.
This group is exploring. You can see they are very heavy guys. You can see they are very heavy. This is Mount Sentinel. Mount Sentinel. These ladies from South Africa, they are heading to Botswana and Zimbabwe. The person with Victoria Falls. They were talking to one of the ladies and then she was there before. I don't know how far it is.
Arriving back at port, we were greeted by a very upbeat four-man band playing a really catchy tune. It was so catchy, in fact, that I just had to tip him 10 rand.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Very enjoyable day so far. At this point, the sunshine revealed the true colors of the mountains and towns surrounding the area. If there was ever a moment in time that I needed to convince someone that the Earth is indeed a beautiful place, I would most likely take them here. Back on the road, we head up and around the mountains to make a stop at Chapman's Peak, where the view is equivalent to what you would find on a postcard. Upon arriving at the peak, the scene was almost surreal in how picturesque it looked, with mountain sentinels seemingly guarding all of Kalk Bay and the clear blue sky. Without a doubt in my mind, this is already one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Although extremely windy, it was a grand sight to behold for all of us. Weaving down the road that car commercials are filmed on, we see another beautiful beach known as Nordhook Beach, as well as the other side of the peninsula. Another grand sight to see. It seems that everywhere we go in this country, there is always a beautiful landscape to see. It's almost distracting in a way as we head to our next destination for lunch. As beautiful as the scenery is, we must keep heading forward. At the town of Kalk Bay, we stop for lunch at a place called the Brass Bell, which has a railway that passes right by. On occasions, trains can be seen zooming down the rails from the windows of the restaurant. Very scenic, very nautical, and very tasty food. At the town of Boulders, we head down a boardwalk through a preserved shrub forest in hopes of seeing some charismatic aquatic birds. Eventually, we made it to the end of the boardwalk at the shoreline, and let me tell you, the scene couldn't have been any more perfect. Many African penguins were seen swimming, waddling, resting, and playing on the shore. It was hilarious to see them on land for how clumsy they are. At the same time, they are adorable to watch. There were even some fuzzy babies in the mix.
The rain cut our penguin viewing short, but at least I got some good footage. And the others are down this boardwalk, wanting to see the penguins from the other side. So now we gotta wait for them.
Unfortunately, our penguin experience was cut short due to a weather pattern that involved water falling from the sky, so we kinda hightailed it back to the shelter at the entrance while Clint retrieved the bus for us. Though half of my group still wanted to see the penguins, so they got a little soaked. It was worth it though.
Was it worth it?
Yes!
It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I pressed the reins down in Africa. It's gonna take some time to do the things we never had. I can just barely reach that high note. Are you? Come on, Clint, you sing now. Come on.
Then finally we got back to Cape Town to witness a beautiful sunset to finish off our day. My Canon camera then ran out of battery at the best possible time. Otherwise, another amazing day in South Africa. Till the next entry, this is Ian signing off for now.
Rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I didn't know you listened to Johnny Cash.
I love some Johnny Cash.
I love Johnny Cash too.